All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we've got the beginning of chapter 3 of our 13-week journey of Queen of the Murder Scene by The Warning. Today's is Sinister Smiles. Now, based off of the last one, with the sacrifice and stuff starting to become internal, an internal battle, with the queen and saying, like, well, did I really do this right or did I really do this wrong, whatever else. Now we're really into the internal and what I feel, what's the aftermath going to be? That's the question that I've had this entire time is, what's the aftermath of all of this? And I think this is where we're going to get some of our answers. Okay. This says, in Sinister Smiles, the queen is having a fight between her good and bad sides. It's performed as a duet between Pow as the good side and Danny as the bad. The bad side is taunting the good with her power, but the queen is trying to be strong. She even starts to threaten suicide, probably in the tub, hence the stain the water lyric. This is a very feminine way to commit suicide, in the tub, maybe a bubble bath, so that the blood from slashed wrists remains in the tub and does not dirty the house. Then the evil side joins her in singing that part. So does the evil side want suicide? By the end of the song, the two warring personalities break apart. So, from me reading this, just reading this.
Okay.
From me just reading this, it looks like you have good against evil.
Right.
And that's Pow against Danny. Okay, you have good against evil. And the evil is threatening suicide and all these other things based off of what I'm reading here.
Trying to get her to commit suicide.
Right. And then that's when it says she even starts to threaten suicide. Now that just says she. So English here, I'm going to say that the last thing they talked about was the bad side. So I'm assuming that it's the bad side threatening suicide. And that line in here,
trying to convince her to commit suicide.
That matches up. Then the evil side joins her in singing the part. So does the evil side really want suicide? I don't know, I guess. It seemed pretty clear-cut to me in the beginning of this, but then in the second half of this, don't know. I guess it's up in the air. That's just reading the synopsis. I haven't even... So when you're saying that the two of them break apart, right? Mm-hmm. Is that how you? Yeah.
Is that how you read that?
It says by the end of the song, the two warring personalities break apart.
Okay.
So they're together at some point, because in order to break apart, you have to be together.
Right.
To start with. So I guess good decided to side with evil, or evil decided to side with good, or
they're still fighting.
Right. No, but I mean, like...
Or there's still a conflict.
Right. But like I was saying, at some point, in order for them to break apart, they have to be together first.
They had to be... Or
working together.
Or
right.
Real close.
So, it's saying that the bad side starts taunting the good with her power, or starts... let's see, how does this say? The bad side is taunting the good with her power... But the queen is trying to be strong. So it's two sides in her head.
Okay.
She even starts to threaten suicide, probably in the tub, hence the stain, the water lyric.
Okay.
So the bad side is taunting the good side with suicide, but at some point, in order for them to break apart, they have to be together. So I wonder if the good side is saying...
She really had to be thinking about it.
Right, she really had to be thinking about it.
So,
but
okay. Well,
anyway...
Let's go ahead and put it...
Yeah, absolutely.
Put it together and see what we are hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just let me know when you are ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Go.
Hey, little girl, there's something you don't know. You have nothing left but this body you control. I'd walk away, but before I could start, Sinister Smiles shut me up, and they opened up their mouths to say, breathe, breathe, just break apart. Breathe, breathe, just break apart. Hey, little girl, do you feel
Now that was a cool song. That was a cool song.
It really was. That was...
All the way around.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All the way around. In every stinking category. Musically, I was getting into that. Because every single piece, I mean, Pow doing her thing. That was, I mean...
You geek out over that every time.
I geek out over the drums. So I won't even talk about the drums. Allie was rocking it on the bass.
Yeah.
Through that whole.
Yeah, that was the last thing that I put here.
That bass line was rocking.
Yeah, that was the last thing I said. Was very proud of the bass line.
Yeah,
that was spot on.
I mean, that just stood out. And of course, I mean, Danny was doing.
Danny was great.
She was going nuts.
Yeah, Danny was great. I put on here the guitar solo that was in there. It was awesome. Loved it. Number one, but number two, it was really dark, which I think really captured the mindset here, because you've got two personalities battling against each other. I think the dark set was really appropriate. I think it was very appropriate. I love the great dynamic contrast between Pow and Danny, because I've never really focused on Pow's vocals before, but in here I could clear difference, and then seeing her sing and do what she does on those drums at the same time, that's
hard to do.
That's
there was definitely a war going on.
Yeah, exactly.
There was definitely a war going on, and the I mean, and aside from the blood splatter going on in the back,
yeah.
I mean, thinking that first thought I had was, oh my God, it's OJ. Yeah, back there.
Wow.
Hey, those are the visions that I have from back in that, because I lived through that. So there was, all that stuff going on. But the image of the Queen, okay, but you notice how the face was in half, right? So half of it was just dark, right? Black. So, which symbolically, I guess, here's
light and dark.
Light and dark.
Yeah, it's the split personality.
Right. So there was a lot of stuff visually that was going on, in this thing. The break, the break apart part of things. As they were going through that part, I was thinking, that there could be a number of things going on there, because you got two sides, for different reasons wanting to break apart. Okay, because you've got the dark side wanting the good side to
break apart.
I want to break you apart.
Right.
I want you to break apart. You got the other side, the good side, who, if she's trying to do whatever she can to save herself, I want to break apart from you.
Right.
So not, I don't know exactly, how it was meant. Right. But I was hearing that. But I heard lyrically. Okay, and I'll try and keep this kind of short. But I picked out a couple of things here, and you had already said it, because I picked it out from what you had said in the synopsis part of things. With the suicide part. Yeah. Okay, that there were a couple of things, and they did this a couple of times throughout, in between a couple of the verses, which lyrically is a really cool thing to do, because here comes double meanings again. Okay? Right. One of them in particular was in between two verses where it ends, one verse ends, do what they say, or there will be hell to. And then the next
and then it
verse
starts
starts
in the next verse
with pay the price and grab the dagger.
Right.
Okay.
So it's almost like a story.
Well,
it's almost like a story, and the lines are written out, but it's like it's about to, and then it starts on the second. It starts on the next stanza.
But think about this.
Yeah.
It's two completely different things. Okay. If you think about this. Do what they say, or there will be hell to pay. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a standalone thing. Mm-hmm. Do what they say, or there will be hell to pay. Mm-hmm. Listen to me, or there will be hell to pay.
How it's written.
Now,
broken apart.
Now, you think, no, okay, well, yeah, that too. But do what they say, or there will be hell to pay. Mm-hmm. Do what who says, first off. Okay. Is this, I mean, she just committed murder.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it who says, or there'll be hell to pay. She's gonna have to stand for a crime, more than likely. Okay, unless she thinks of some way to get out of it, which is the suicide in the bathtub, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. So
that's her internal breakdown.
Okay. So
yeah.
So is that the hell to pay? You know, I don't know. Or is it the hell to pay from what society is going to do to her, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
that leaves it open-ended.
Yeah, okay. So there's that, okay, which is something by itself. But then you go to the next verse where it's where the pay begins the next line. Mm-hmm. Pay the price and grab the dagger.
So that's
completely different, okay? That's the dark side saying, pay the price, grab the dagger, go ahead, kill off yourself, you know?
If I can't have them,
you can
either
can.
Well, now I'm left with my own. Well, either demise was the strong word from the last one.
Do what they say, or there will be hell to pay, so you can deal with it that way, mm-hmm. or pay the price and grab the dagger. Deal with it that way. Two completely different things, all in the same, just by splitting up a line, you know, taking the one word
and moving it. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? I mean, that to me just gets me, I mean, you think I geek out over the drums.
You do geek out over the drums.
I geek out over this stuff too, but it's two completely different mm-hmm. things, okay? So I just think that is really cool, but it's a major conflict in just two lines. Mm-hmm. It just shows that major conflict. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know, you've just found out what it's like to live a lie. She's got that going on mm-hmm. in here. Walk away from it all. You know, and she used in here, one of the lines was, you know, what was it? A good sinner versus a good saint. Okay, I think is how it was used. Okay, again, good versus evil. Yeah, I mean, throughout this whole thing, you know, we've already said the music was so appropriate. Mm-hmm. You know that to go with this. Right. Okay. You know, I mean, they just did a phenomenal job, you know, in regard to the music. It painted the picture. Mm-hmm. It completed the picture of the lyric. Yeah. And, you know, it was just phenomenal all the way around. So, I give them, I mean, out of listening to all of these things, I mean, all the songs have been good. You know,
this one stands on top for me.
This one, there's been something a little bit different with this one for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure what it is, right? But this one has, you know,
this one is standing on top a little bit for me right now.
So we'll see what the rest of them have to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
all right.
You good?
Yep.
Okay.
You ready to go on?
Yep. Go for it.
All right. Make sure to join us on Discord, guys. That link is down in the description below. We'd love to see you on there. If you want up-to-date information, make sure to join us on there, because that's where I tell people what's going on first and keep everybody up to date on there. There's just a bunch of other cool stuff that's on there as well. Remember, if you'd like to send us anything, we do have a P.O. box that you can send it to. That information has come up on your screen. We'd love to hear from you, either letters or if you want to send a package or postcards or anything like that. Make sure you can send it. Unfortunately, I think right now the borders are closed, so this is only for U.S. Fans. But I know there are a lot of fans of The Warning in the U.S. Anyway, we do have our request form down in the description below, is where we ask that you put your requests, and a lot of these I will answer reviews for on Discord too. So you won't get video responses out, but you will get written reviews from me about your songs, which in turn, I guess, is the same thing as a video response, because this technically is a review of a song. So I'm just giving you a written review since there are so many on there. We do have our Teespring link down in the description below as well if you'd like to buy any of our merchandise. We do get to thank all of our patrons who've pledged to make this video possible. Thank you so much for all that you do, and we hope that you stick around with us for the future. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If you would like to help support the channel financially but would not like to become a Patreon member, we do have a PayPal donation link down in the description below as well. And last but not least, we do have a subscriber goal of 5,000 by the end of the year. We have like a week and a half left, and we've got like 400 more. So we need your help in order to make this goal. If you're a fan of The Warning and have seen our reaction videos but have not yet subscribed, I don't know what more we could do to entice you to subscribe. We're going to be following this journey all the way into January. And I think it's at the end of January where we end up finishing this, and then by that point, TW3, their third album with Lava Records, should be released, or will be releasing around that time, so that should be pretty cool. And then who knows, we might do a reaction to one of the songs on there. I don't think we'll do another album breakdown, but we might do another reaction to a song on there. So anyway, if you're a fan of The Warning and you would like to follow up and keep following up with our reactions here, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to encourage friends to subscribe, neighbors, uncles, whoever to subscribe. Yeah, to help us reach this goal of 5,000 by the end of the year. Yeah. So anyway, y'all set?
I'm good.
Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smack that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you all next Thursday. Peace out.